Hello, people. How are you doing today? This is my little language tutorial. Woo, so cool. In this video, I will teach you how to make a language sort of like this one. This is my own personal language. I made it to cheat on a math test, and I will eventually use it for, well, who knows what else. Something eventually, most definitely. But for now, not quite mattering. Uh, so, in order to get started, I'm using MS Paint here because, well, I mean, it's just sort of how I could do it best, I guess. But you could use like paper, anything that you can really draw in, that you could have on hand. I would recommend that you do have it on hand because, well, if you don't, that's kind of gonna make it hard to really memorize it. But first, you're just gonna have to make a small little alphabet here. So using like the Roman alphabet, if you speak English, or really any alphabet, doesn't matter. Just as long as you kind of make one here. That's all you need to do. So just make this little alphabet up here. I'm gonna take a little bit of time to do it. So, yeah, I'll be a bit silent for a while. Okay, now that we have that done, now that we have our alphabets down, all we really need to do is, well, make up a couple symbols. Really, that's it. Though, I would recommend that you have a couple things. So, for example, make it easy to memorize. If it's not easy to memorize, it's going to be harder for you to be able to learn it yourself. This isn't going to be like some, oh, I made it so I'll remember everything. You're not going to look at it on site the first time that you see it and realize, yes, all of that is how it works. I have had this language around for a bit now, a couple months, and I have been looking at it almost every day. And just now can I do this from memory. Just now. And I'm still updating it. So, I have a couple things that you could do to help you memorize it. One, make letters that have similar sounds look alike. Make letters that have similar looks in our English language look alike, and group them together in some way, shape, or form. So, for example, you could group together the vowels together so they all have this sort of general shape to them. The consonants, so you could make like B and P look together, look kind of similar, because, well, I mean, they kind of do. B and D looking similar because they, when lowercase, they're just the same thing turned around. You could make like R and P look similar because that's what they are. Don't mind that down there. But yeah, just kind of go crazy, I guess. It's not really that hard. You'd think it would be much harder, but it's not. So let's just do this here, right? So I'm I'm gonna personally start by making the vowels, because the vowels are the structure of every single word. So for A, let's just sort of give it a little. Let's give it a little that. Sound good? And then for E, we could go like down and then up, sort of do a little flourish at the end, kind of make them look similar, you know. For I, let's say we sort of that, and then we go down. So we have A, E, I. We could do O next, which could be something like forgive me for this, but it could be a little bit of an S shape with maybe a little bit of a that on the end there. Then U, we could have like a sort of a line coming from there, and then we make it an S. Don't worry about its sizes or anything. You don't have to make the letters that big. In fact, I am actually going to shrink this one down a little. So, like that. Line there. So now you just sort of gotta woo. So we have A, E, I, O, U, and then sometimes Y. So give it like a little bit of similarities, but not like the most similar. So it could be something like like this, I guess. You know? Like give it like a little bit of a half thing. Then B and D, we could do like that, and then for D we could go like that. It's kind of the same shape except put around. You know. So we could do that, and then for P and B, this kind of looks similar. So let's do a little something like that, maybe, or here. Down, around, up, out. So we could do something like a doom 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 doo doo. Right? It kind of resembles the letter D. Just barely. And then for R, we could do like something like that down, and then that, right? Or maybe we could, like, instead of doing that little out, we could make it go down or something. Always could be fun. For C, let's do something like a that, maybe. And then for K, we could do like a that around, then this way. And then Q, we don't have to keep, but if you're gonna, maybe like give it something like that, right? So now you're seeing it start to come together, really. And then because E and F look kind of similar, we give it something like that, maybe. Like a come down, then out. Then, you take all your other stuff and you just sort of go crazy. So like, C, U, and V, we give it like maybe a sharper edges or something, right? Maybe we take like the end design and do something like that, or maybe we'll do something a little like that, and then for M we just sort of come down. Whoops. Come down like that, and then do that. So it's a little bit more. And then we take like your G, and so after we've done all that, we could like do that, then we come down, then we do something like that, maybe. For J, because looking at links. Let's see what else we got, right? So for W, we could do something like maybe, because it's supposedly a W, to sort of fill it in a bit, I guess. So instead of making it an S shape, make it kind of a little bit more of an 8 shape. And then now we have a couple more letters, and you could do what you'd like with them. So let's not make L so hard to do. So we could do that, right? Wow, wow, wow. Then G. Then let's do Z next. I think that Z is always a fun one to do because it's kind of like the finishing part to your alphabet. So we could do like a that sort of thing. And then X we could have like that sort of. I would also recommend that the more your letter appears, so vowels or things that are like that would be in words referring to yourself or to others, so like you, me, I, stuff like that, like words like that, I would recommend you make them easier to do. Let's make S also a little bit similar to C, because C can make the S sound sometimes, right? And then we can finally take G and do something like that, and take H, and then just do that a bit, right? Then for numbers, do whatever you'd like. Personally, I like to do something with the number of strokes, so I'd go like 1, 1, 2. So we have 1, 2, 3. And then we could have 4. 5 would be like that. 6 is these 3. 7, we go like what's that? That. 8, 9, and then 10. Leave it as something easy. So here we'll do like let's do a triangle. Don't know why, just felt like it. And now you have a language. You could, well, it's more of a cipher, but you can write this anywhere you like, in a book, on your tests, and no one will know what it means unless you tell them. Give it a couple grammatical rules eventually, but yeah, that should be fine. Otherwise, have a good day.